In these occasions, I would like to tell you about the job order cost method. And then, before I talk about it, let me introduce myself. My name is Tinezia Cendani, and I'm from Management International, University of Lampung. And this text is for fulfilling my midterm as major for cost accounting. And let's begin for the first slide. So, before I talk about the case, I'd like to introduce about the definitions of order costs. Basically, ordering costs, also known as setup costs, are essentially costs incurred every time you place an order from your supplier. Like the examples include credit costs of preparing purchase orders. There are many kinds of credit costs such as invoice processing, accounting, and communication costs. There have a characteristic of order costs. Production costs are collected for a particular order, and the cost of goods manufactured for a unit is calculated by dividing the total production cost for that order by number of product units in the relevant order. In the collections of the cost of order, where the fee is collected for each order or contract or service partly and each order can be identified. Or in another sense, the determinations of cost of order is an accounting system that tracks costs on individual units or specific jobs, contracts, or product stacks. And how do we collect order cost? The first is the production process usually occurs intermittently when an order has been completed. The production process is stopped. Second, the production process only runs again when an order arrives. The production process is intended to fulfill existing orders, not to fill inventory in the warehouse. And the last, the products produced are usually in accordance with the specifications determined by ordering the party. So it is possible that the goods produced will be different from the others. And next, it was cost analysis. So, I would like to take the PT UG. PT UG is company engines in printing uses the cost of order method. In November 2020, the company receives an order to print 5,000 pieces of plastic from the Oski shop, with the price change was 2,500 rupiah. In the same month, the company also receives order from 50 banners from Toko for 20 fodder at the price of 450,000 rupiah per pieces. Order from Oski are given the other code with Ujawai number 1, and the other from Toko 420 are numbered with UGY 02. And the first is, I would like to tell you what is the tax of this occasion. The first is on November 10, 2020, raw and auxiliary materials were purchased by credit named as below. Raw material and Prestisol ink for 2,150,000 rupiah, and then 200 white coats with 3,750,000 rupiah, and then there are with auxiliary materials B1 as a 450 rupiah, and the second is B1 materials cost with 550 rupiah. And then the second, in the use of raw and auxiliary materials to process UJY number 1 and UJY number 2 orders, the following information is obtained. Fabric raw materials and auxiliary materials B1 are used to process UJY1 orders, with closed raw material and auxiliary materials B2 are used to process UGY number 2 orders. Third, for determinations of labor costs incurred by productions department using the basis of direct labor hour with the following calculations. The first is direct wage for 240 hour UJ1 orders with 900 rupiah, and the direct wage for UJ2 order cost with 360 hours with 900 rupiah, and the indirect wage is 2,500,000 rupiah, and the marketing department employee salary are issues for 4 million rupiah, and administrations and general employee salary cost with 2,250,000 rupiah. And the next is about the recording factory overhead cost. The company in case use a FOC rate with 150% of their labor costs for both UG1 and UG2 orders. The actual factory overhead costs incurred in relation to the above order as follow. Building maintenance cost with 500 rupiah. The depreciation cost for the factory building was 1 million and machine depreciation fee of 1,500,000 rupiah. Machine maintenance cost with 250 rupiah. And then factory building and machinery insurance cost with 750 rupiah. And 5 is registrations of cost finished products based on the information the UG1 order has been completed. And 6, registrations of cost good in process based on information it is known that the UG2 order is still in the process of being completed. And the last, listings of the cost of product sold. The UG1 order has been submitted to the customer, and from the surrender, the customer will be paid the credit. And the taxes make some general for job order cost method from the PTUD in November 2020. The first is recording of purchase of raw and auxiliary materials. Means that raw material inventory cost with 5,900,000 rupiah. Accounts payable cost with 5,900,000 rupiah, and supporting material inventory with 1 million rupiah, and account payable with 1 million rupiah. And the second is recording of use of raw and auxiliary materials with the factory differentiations fees. Means that raw material cost with 5,900,000 rupiah, and raw material inventory with cost with 1,900,000 rupiah, and factory overhead cost in fact cost with 1 million, and supporting material inventory with 1 million. And the third is recording labor cost. The A means that recording of outstanding labor cost and salary and wage cost with 14,100,000 rupiah, and then salary and wage payable with the same with salary and wage. It costs with 14,150,000 rupiah. And B, recording of kindergarten cost distribution. Direct kindergarten fee costs with 1,400,000 rupiah, and indirect kindergarten fee with 2,500,000 rupiah, and marketing costs with 4 million, and administrations of general fee costs with 2,250,000 rupiah, and it's included with salary and wage, so the cost is the same with 14,150,000 rupiah. And C, payments of salary and wages. Salaries and wages payable is the same with the recording of outstanding labor costs, but the difference is it with the cash, because the salary and wage payable are already cash to the employees. And the fourth is recording factory overhead costs. Factory depreciation fees that have a factory overhead cost that means in number 8,100,000 rupiah, and factory overhead cost which is charged with the same number with FDF, and the real factory overhead cost number with 4 million, and building material inventory have a number of 500 rupiah, and then accumulation factory beginning depreciation touch with number 1 million, and machine depreciations the touch with number 1,500,000 rupiah, and spare parts inventory with touch with number 2,050 rupiah, insurance per with 750 rupiah, and factory overhead cost which is charged with the same number, and also the real factory of cost touch with number 8,100,000 rupiah. And 5 about the registrations of cost of finished products of UG1. The finished product inventory touch with 8 million, and factory depreciation fee raw material cost touch with number 2,600,000 rupiah, and direct kindergarten fee touch with 2,150,000 rupiah, and the factory overhead cost of UG1 touch with number 3,240,000 rupiah. And 6 about the listing of product cost in process for UG1. And the inventory touch with big number with 12,400,000 rupiah, and raw material cost touch with number 4,300,000 rupiah, and direct kindergarten fee touch with number 3,240,000 rupiah, and the factory overhead cost start with number 4,860,000 rupiah. And the last step of this journal is listing of the cost of products sold. So cost of production touch with number 8 million, and finished product inventory touch 8 million, and account receivable is touch with number 12 million with 500 rupiah, and cost of productions totally number as 12,500,000 rupiah. And the conclusion is, the methods of collecting production cost depends on the processing nature of a product. The nature of product processing is manufacturing companies is divided into 2 groups, namely product processing based on order and product processing based on mass production. Thus, the method of collecting production cost is also divided into 2 methods, namely the job order cost method and the process cost method. And the number of the tax that key based on case analysis that I've been told you before is about the job order cost method. And that's all my presentations, and thank you for attention.